Yo, what's going on, guys? I know you guys haven't seen me in a very long time, actually, but I am back, and today I'm going to be reviewing season 3 of Squid Game. I'm just be totally honest and say off rip, take off the bandage. Season 3 was a disappointment. I thought it would have ended better if Gion was. Alright, this is spoilers, but if Gion was alive, the emotional part was there. I really appreciate them trying to do something with it. I just wish they didn't have to lead to the spin-off of America's Squid Game. What I don't like about it is that Detective Huang, he didn't really do much. Like, he went to the island before. I think he was undercover, and then he got shot on the island by his brother. His brother's like, hey, join me. And then he just said no. He said no, and then, okay, see ya, bang. And the fact that Captain Park was in on it this whole time, I knew there was something fishy about him. Well, I didn't know that until he stabbed one of the crew members. But I saw Moise's video on Squid Game 3, and he did make good points, saying that if Detective Huang and the rest of the people that he was working with didn't exist, none of it, like, the outcome wouldn't have changed one bit. And I think that's pretty much true, because Detective, he just got to the island, and there was a 30-minute countdown before it blows up, and then he saw his brother, he shot through the glass, and said, why'd you do it? Like, they don't even have a full-on conversation. Bro just looked at him like this, and then left. He took the baby and left. The emotional part is there. I have right here with me the list of names that I wrote down. Hyunju, I think that's her name. She was an amazing character. She protected Mrs. Jang and Jung Lee, who had the baby, but the baby didn't have a name. I don't know why they didn't give her a name, but I felt really sad when she got betrayed. Oh, she didn't get betrayed, but she got stabbed from behind, and they were so close. They were so close to winning too. That's what sucks about it. While that was going on, Gi-hun was looking for Daiho. Daiho was that guy that, fake strong guy, that he didn't get the mags from last season, and now Gion's like, it's all your fault, man. It's all your fault. You could have done something, but you chose the cowardly way and let everyone die. And then Daiho's like, oh no, it's your fault, man. You have fault. You're giving us false hope. And then they have like this battle, and then Gi-hun just end up choking Daiho to death. But a moment that I really appreciate is that they talk more about the girl who became a guard. I think the player was his name was Park. He was player 2-4. He was saved by her, and he didn't really understand why until later throughout the episodes. It was revealed that she had a daughter of her own, and also her husband was executed in North Korea. She used to work at an amusement park as the mascot. She's seen this girl who had like this type of cancer, and that she found out where her father is and end up taking the father out of the island, separate him from everything. She understands that he needs the money to help her. I like how she went up and faced the officer towards the end. She got stabbed, she got all these marks and bruises on her, but she was a warrior at the end. And that part where she crawled towards the elevator, opened it, and fired at the officer. Like, the officer was so arrogant. He was like, oh, what'd you do this for? Like, he's just, and then by the time he realized it, he was already covered in bullet holes. I really like that. And the part where she went inside the bunker where they were doing the operations, I really like that as well. So speaking of which, the emotional part, I'm getting back to that. Mrs. Jang, she was an amazing character. Her and her son are like the best at it. I just feel so bad that she had to betray, or she had to kill her own son. Like, she put her life for somebody she doesn't know, but when seeing the baby that she's pregnant, her motherly instinct took over, and I get that. And the fact she had help, Jung Lee had Hyunju and Mrs. Jang helping her, despite the fact she got a busted up ankle from walking up the stairs. It just, it was so crazy, man. Mrs. Jang ended up, you guys know what she did. And then Jung Lee also did the same. She wasn't able to jump at all. I thought she would at least try, but I saw her bust that wing. I'm like, yeah, there's no way. And Gion actually tried to help her. He actually said, stay there, I'm gonna help carry you. But Jung Lee was like, no, don't. You're gonna end up getting killed like both of us, so there's no point. All the people we care about are gone, okay? So we have a bunch of NPCs in that player 100 old man. Like, we don't really care about. The only people we care about is the baby and Gion. So when the opportunity presented itself, Gion could have taken those lives easily. Inho, or aka the front man, gave him the knife. He's like, do it. If you do all this, it's all over. And then it flashes back to when he was, the player like Gion is, when the chairman, the original front man, was there. I was really sad when Gion was reminiscent. He reminisced, what's her name? Sebiok. I think that's how you say her name. She told him that's not who he is. He's not a killer. He only kills people in self-defense, like that guy, Daiho guy. Yeah, leading towards the end, he didn't do it. He didn't carry it out. And then the NPCs and the old man kind of had a talk. And then they end up taking people one by one. They try to figure out who they want to take. And one of them was Minsu. Minsu, I feel they could have done better with him. He was like a cowardly person, like kind of like Crush, a cowardly dog, but he wasn't brave enough. Stood up against like Thanos and his sidekick. I don't know his sidekick name. The only time he can really defend himself is where he stood up for himself is when he took Thanos' cross pills. By that time, he only had like 2 left, and using that drug, it made him hallucinate about the people he cared about. That girl that was killed by that by Thanos' sidekick. It just sucks that he wasn't able to do anything. People speculate that he was a VIP. Like, he would just kind of say, yo, I'm actually a VIP all this time. I got more power than you guys. But no, yeah. So it was just a theory all along. The negatives is that Detective Huang, he got to the island before they moved it, but he didn't really do much. He saw the VIP room. He almost gave like someone top. He ended up getting shot by his brother, and he went back to the island. And he knew that the next island was close. By the time he got there, it's gone, or it's pretty much on the brink of exploding. And the VIPs are kind of lame. They're like those rich, self-entitled people like, I voted on 222 to win with her baby. I was here late because my helicopter was a piece of junk. Like, we don't care. We just don't really care about the VIPs. And then by the time things hit the fan, they're all gone. They took a boat and they went back to their helicopters and they dipped. I don't even know what's the point of that at all. I really don't know what's the point. The front man, he was a good character to watch. Like, other than Gion. But Gion, he didn't really do much this episode. He was in constant thought. He couldn't think. He keep blaming himself. And that moment where Mrs. Jenks like, why do the good people die first? The bad people always stay. And then she mentioned the bad people do bad things and they always point the finger to everyone else, whereas the good people, they always blame themselves. They always feel like they're not good enough, or they could have done this, or they could have done that. It's always a what if for them, and it's really, really troublesome. I just feel so bad that part was the last time Gion and Mrs. Jang talked before she got out of the gene pool. I just wish season 3 could have ended off better, but before the season came out, I was going through Instagram and people were saying that season 3 is not going to have a happy ending. I'm like, okay. I understand why things don't have a happy ending, but I want to see how they're going to pull this off. And when they pull it off, I'm like, oh yeah, they could have done so much better. Squid Game could have done so much better. If it wasn't for Netflix being greedy and trying to milk the heck out of the show, it would have been better. Like, the majority of season 3, it was all Netflix fault. Netflix is too focused on successful shows and trying to get the last penny, get the last quarter out of everything. And I'm like, bro, they could have just ended it off right there. Like, I don't think anyone, not even a single person in this world, I think, is gonna watch American Squid Game. I don't think anyone's gonna watch that, bro. Like, no joke. Man, they could have done so much better. At the end of the day, we got what we got. Yeah, season 3 was far emotional than the rest of the seasons, which is only 2. Thanos, bruh, good character. Well, he's a funny character. He's like description of I don't give two F's of what everyone thinks. I'm gonna just do my own way, and just bro, it's just so unserious. Oh yeah, towards the end, Gion ended up fighting Youngji, the father of the baby, the unnamed baby. He turned psycho. This dude really turned psycho. Maybe that's what Jung Hee sees in them, bro. This psycho lunatic behavior is not good. Yeah, they end up fighting. They have that one of those hanging off the cliff tropes, and then he ended up falling, and then Gion ended up saving himself, knowing that they didn't even press the button, bro. I'm like, bro, why didn't you press the button? Things would have been easier, knowing that the lunchbox is gone. I understand why. Man, that self-sacrifice it could have been so much better. I really respect Gion. Like, he's trying to do whatever he can. He's trying to make everyone understand that these games are bad and that he wants to save everyone. He doesn't want anyone to suffer the same fate as he does. That's why he went back to the island and say, hey guys, I'm not trying to be God here. I'm just trying to make everyone understand and rebel against the enemy, to which it worked, but he didn't know that player one. He didn't know that Intune was the front man this time until he later revealed his mask in that one episode in season 3. Bro was so surprised. Gion, he didn't say much. His eyes were like, season 3, it's good emotionally. It really hurts seeing the good characters die, but it could have ended so much better, in my opinion. Oh yeah, that's that quote-unquote happy ending with Noel, I think that's her name, the guard that went to save 246. She ended up finding out that her daughter was alive somewhere in China, and that the father of the daughter that had cancer, they were doing well. There was a time skip of 6 months, and the fact that the detective and his crew, they're like celebrating. They're celebrating like they didn't do anything. You think that they would have went to the island, bust through the door, just started pewing people, at least trying to make a difference, but they didn't. They just went there, went to get ice cream, maybe like a sandwich from the fridge, and they just left. Like that guy who was suspicious of Captain Park, he legit went to his house, got his arm bitten by a dog, and went to the police. He got captured by police, but the evidence wasn't really shown. The games are still going on. They're celebrating like they did something, but they didn't. And now that Detective Huang has all that money, and he has a daughter to take care of, the unnamed baby. And the fact that the unnamed baby won by doing absolutely nothing is crazy, bro. The richest baby in the world. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of season 3. Do you like the season? Do you hate it? Do you despise it? Do you love it? What else have I missed? Hopefully you guys enjoy. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Leave it down in the comments what I missed, what you want me to talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.